You tell the story like if the 14th century Africans had only known they were Black people, then they would have survived. And it makes me wonder how long we'll be bound to each other in this way. Our roots all locked together, still only a few generations out since the first Black people once belonged to tribes, but set sail in shackles and learned to belong to a way of life, one of struggle, belonged to a color. I wouldn't call it a blessing, having nothing passed down but a continent of people and the last name of the men who put them in chains. But you're right, though. I don't know all of my history. Neither do you. We belong to a myth. Maybe one day I'll own something better. I belong to a lot of things, and I can name half of them. A music that vibrates in the back of my throat, an ocean that whispers my reflection in ripples, all this fine hair waiting to be cut down, a girl whose name I never say but still rules my mouth tomorrow. I might name another half, and another half after that, and I might forget all but one. What does it matter? A name is just another chain. What matters is who you wear it for. I wear my name today, and it meant 1,000 things yesterday. But today, it's just my father's name passed down to me. You chase a phantom. I speak to my father, and he tells me he loves me, and I belong to that love too. And you belong to that love too. So here we are, still running, everything behind us on fire, hungry for something to char. And this Black isn't a choice. It isn't a sentence. I'm saying we passed that. I'm saying I don't ask what Black is anymore. I just keep breathing. I'm saying I haven't forgotten the veil that separates our two worlds. It just works with my outfit. Tell a story about that. Tell a story about my grandmother, chieftain of public housing. Tell a story about my grandfather who baptized bodies in a water that threatened to drown them. Tell a story about me, raised from nothing less than a village, nigga. We still niggas, still spitting salt water, better act like your ancestors weren't held captive over oceans and you just lucky that they learned how to float. Seventh son, ain't you so cursed? Ain't you so cursed? Ain't you so blessed? Ain't you so blessed? There's a lot of medicine in this world, but none work better than this melanin. Be like cough syrup on a body burning like bronchitis. To stay healthy, you gotta keep busy. So this Black be keeping me occupied like an hour in the gym every minute, because when your ancestors had to live with the weight of America, you know the only way you hear is if you got a heartbeat like a djembe, and we not sidewalks under a southern sun. Are we more like a stream? We boil, but we don't burn, because you can split us, but you can't stop us. And the Negro speaks of rivers because fire has always been foreign, an ocean away, but we be phoenix in the ashes, make them wish that these wings were fried the same way. They've always wished that Black was more gingerbread than man, but putting us in the ovens is like catching flour in the air, and we Crisco versatile, superfluid between a rock and a hard place. And we always between a rock and a hard place. This equation has always been too complicated. For Jefferson, Uncle Sam, and Columbus, they couldn't get the answer to that. Even when we crack like 80s, like whips, like chains and shackles, like southern branches under the weight of our fruit, like family, like Freddie Gray, like fire burning and burning crosses and burning things that we multiply back to infinity so you can try and track us, graph us, kill us, call us savages to the point that you truly believe that this Black is breakable. Convince yourself of the flaws in our armor because we don't crumble. This chocolate don't chip and Black don't crack. Hi, my name is Kenneth Carroll. The title of my piece is You Tell the Story. It was in response to something someone said to me once. And my favorite place in DC is Turkey Thicket Recreation Center.